Alli's going to be talking to twin sisters, Brooklyn and Bailey McKnight, who have had hundreds of millions of viewers on YouTube. And the girls have shared all kinds of experiences, obviously starting on their mom Mindy's page doing hairdos, and now they've shared what it's like growing up, changing, living together as sisters, going to prom. I mean, the girls have, how many years have you documented your lives? 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. So most of their going through adolescence life, they've been willing and brave enough to share with everyone. And obviously people are interested literally. How many people are cluing in a day? 7, 8 million? Something like that?
Well, we just hit 5 on our channel.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So there you go.
A lot of people.
So the girls are going to be talking, Alli's going to be talking to Brooklyn and Bailey just about the future of media and also how to stay true to who you are. And I'll let you guys take it away.
All right, we'll take it away. Well, I feel like you girls don't even need an introduction after that because that was amazing, and I feel like I could go on and on about everything you guys do in general anyway. But if you guys, because obviously you've come a long way in about 5 years, but if you could introduce yourselves 5 years ago compared to how you would introduce yourself now, like what would be the difference? How have times changed?
Well, now I feel like we can like basically say, hey guys, it's Brooklyn and Bailey at the exact same time because we've done it for so long.
That's true. So and that's like self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's like literally. But as a 13-year-old, I mean, I don't even know.
I think I would have introduced myself as like, hey, I'm Brooklyn. I'm trying out this video thing. You know, it's pretty cool. And now it's like a whole business, so it's totally
changed. This is
changed.
my thing. This is my world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. And obviously for people that don't know how you got started, like what was that like deciding moment where you're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make videos every week and this is our life.
So I don't know if you guys know, I don't know, but my mom started a hair channel in 2009, and we were actually the models on her channel, and so everyone asked like what our personalities were like. I don't even know if some of y'all even realized we were twins until we came up with our own channel because there was only ever one of us in a hair video, and we look exactly the same, or we did at the time. So, you know, I think we just really loved the YouTube world.
We just kind of like decided. I don't even remember the moment.
Just happened.
It just kind of happened, and then suddenly like our first video was up, and it was just kind of crazy.
And then everybody wanted more. And then now you have 5 million subscribers.
And we love it. Yeah, we love it every day. So.
That's so amazing. I love that. And obviously you've been doing this for a little while now. So what would you say, like, I mean, the negative part of it? Like, what are the negatives that you guys struggle with when it comes to being so exposed on social media?
I mean, honestly, I love what we do so much. It's hard to focus on the negatives. Obviously, there are things that come with being
in the public eye.
Exposed in the public eye on social media. For instance, negative comments is something that will always happen. But we really, our whole goal in being on social media is focusing on the positive. And so we typically, you know, try to reinforce that on our social networks and our social platforms. And our fans obviously know that we really try to stay positive, so we don't really try to dabble or like focus on the negative very often.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, you two have like the most positive vibe.
I
mean, you have so many fans in the crowd already, so everybody's inspired by you guys. And,
thank you.
But when it comes to, I know you guys make videos every Wednesday, so when it comes to creating new content, when you do it for so long, how do you always come up with something so new and so cool every week? Because I feel like your videos are always incredible and there's always something amazing covered.
Thanks.
So how do you constantly come up with something?
Oh my goodness.
We have a team at home, so we have we've gathered employees over time, and so we kind of usually sit down.
Look at you girls running businesses, so young.
We'll like sit down and brainstorm ideas, and everybody brings something different to the table, and together we always come up with really awesome, you know, ideas. And I don't know, it's just like you get inspired by the smallest things like around you. You'll see something, oh my gosh, that would make such a great video, and you make a spoof on it, or you make a DIY on it, or you know, you can just pretty much make a video out of anything. So, you know, just getting inspired by the small things and then having lots of brains that add to it. So
that's amazing. And you guys obviously have a massive following and you inspire a lot of people. So what keeps you going? Like, is it the motivating, the inspiring, making people smile? Like, what keeps you guys going every week?
Honestly, I just love being able to be connected to so many girls and being able to, you know, have a personal relation with so many girls, not even just here, but like around the world, and being able to inspire them and talk to them and get to know them, and they get to know us, and it's just like amazing to have that personal connection with all of them.
And you don't really see, like, I don't know, it's hard to grasp how influential you are until you see it in real life. And there's been a couple instances where I've seen like little girls. We have one specific viewer who, her name's Aubrey, and she just loves us, and she's come to all of our events. And
probably been a fan like since the beginning.
Yeah, but she has some like physical
severe disorders, and we had no idea that we had this positive influence on her life and helped her get through some seriously hard times. And when we hear that, that's what motivates us.
Yeah, that's what keeps us going.
You know, there are hard days that we have, but we're able to positively influence people when we don't even know it's happening.
Yeah.
And so that's really motivating to continue to do what you do, if not for yourself, then for somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super sweet. And you guys have clearly like accomplished so much and built incredible businesses for yourselves. But with big opportunity, I think comes really big responsibility.
Yes.
So do you guys feel at all any kind of pressure, like on a daily, to be the role model or be anybody that that somebody's expecting you to be?
You know, I think that's a good thing about our channel specifically, is because we based it on growing up with us, like real life, what it's like to be a girl every single day in just a normal day-to-day basis. And so I mean, there's always going to be social pressures to be a certain way, but that's one of the things that I'm glad that our channel is based off of, because if we do, for some reason, like one day we fail a math test, or, one day we get in a car crash, or something crazy like that, it's real life. And so
I feel like we try very hard to destroy that like wall that people feel like there is between them and like this perfect Instagram life or the perfect we try to show people that, hey, like I've got this huge breakout on my face this week, and it's really bad, and you probably feel that too, or I failed this test, or I failed my driver's test. Everybody knows I failed my driver's test. Like things that make me real and just like kind of destroy that pressure to be perfect.
Yeah, I like that a lot, because I think it's really it's important to be vulnerable and authentic. But you're right, like in this Instagram, YouTube world, there are a lot of people that seem untouchable and seem like you could never be friends with them because you can't connect. But I think it's the opposite with you guys. And I think that's why you built such a successful fan base, because you feel like everybody's friends. And I think that's a really special thing.
Yeah.
And backstage, we were talking a little bit about how you guys disconnect, or like how you stay grounded through like the success or being on social media every day. So what do you do to just zone out of this world for a bit?
We were talking about how like our family loves to go camping, and we like to go on cruises for vacation, because both of those things, like, really you don't have Wi-Fi access, and so you really have to be disconnected. And since our entire life is surrounding social media, sometimes it's nice to take a break and be able to disconnect and really just spend one-on-one time with people. And we always say, like, when you find people that you are spending good time with, you don't even think about looking at your phone or staying connected, or
it's not your focus.
It's not your focus at all. And so it's just about finding that group of people you can surround yourself with that like make you want to disconnect and want to spend actual quality time with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like I'm the same, and I think just keeping your family around, and I think just putting your phone down is so key. And I think everybody that's been on stage today is saying that same kind of thing. Like, it is good to just disconnect for a moment in time, and so you don't lose yourself, because I think staying present is important.
Yeah, it really is.
And then I also wanted to talk about, I mean, now that you guys have started and you're really deep in this world, would you encourage, anybody who's not in it yet? Would you encourage them to get into it, and what would you say to them, the advice if they're wanting to get into making videos and being in the public eye like you guys?
It's definitely a wonderful place to be. I would encourage you to try it if you were up for it, but it definitely takes, you have to be super confident in who you are, and you have to be ready to take on, some of the negative comments and the negativity that comes with it, and you have to be really prepared to be part of this world. But if you are, it's an amazing place to be. You have so many opportunities to meet so many amazing people and inspire so many girls or guys or anyone around the world. So it's a really amazing opportunity if you do want to try it, for sure. But there are some challenges that come with it that you have to be prepared for and going in.
Yeah, definitely. From that, I have two questions. One about the negativity, and then one about having the voice. Because you guys do have 5 million people watching you, is it what do you think is the best thing for you, to use your voice? You have such a big voice. What do you hope to inspire, and what do you hope to show the rest of the world? Because I feel like with 5 million followers, you can change the world. What can you guys do now? You have such a big platform. I'm waiting for you guys to post every week. So I think that's cool. So what do you continue to hope to do, inspiring wise?
I think our biggest thing is just to try to let girls, specifically girls, know that they can be confident and they have a voice and they can use it to stand up for whatever they want to believe in. And like we also like to put out the message of like being confident in yourself, and you may be different from everybody else that you know, but that doesn't make you wrong or bad or
it actually makes you quite cool.
It makes you quite cool. Does, yeah. Yes. And the label cool is not a specific thing. It's what you want to make it.
Yeah.
So it's just about being yourself and then being confident in who you are, and then using that confidence and your voice to stand up for messages that you believe in.
Yeah, I like that you said that, because I think there's such a stigma around the word cool. Like, what is cool at the end of the day? You know, I think that you can create your own cool, and everybody is their own individual person.
And if you think about it, like the things that I think are cool are when I think someone's super confident about something they love.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Like someone who has really great music taste. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cool. But it's just because they really, really like their music and are so about that.
If it's not like the norm, or if someone's walking on stage and doing something crazy, out of the box weird, I will look at that person and be like, I aspire to be like you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I just think that when you're doing something that you absolutely love, you know, it becomes cool to you because you're having fun and you're doing what you love, and so that's cool to you. It doesn't matter if it's not cool to somebody else. You know, I might really love reading, and that's really cool to me, but someone else that might be like the worst possible idea ever, but it's still cool.
But your passion for it.
Yeah, my passion for it shows, and that was.
I completely agree. And then when it comes to the negative side of things, you said that you do, you know, deal with negative comments, and it's just the same as, you know, going to high school and being bullied, or, you know, in any sense in life. So how do you guys deal with that? And does it ever actually get to you? Like, does it bother you sometimes?
I mean, we're still human. I mean, we're human, and anytime we read negative comments, of course, it's always going to hurt a little bit, or, you know, it might offend us a little bit. But we've really learned over the years to kind of take a step back and look at it from the perspective of, how is that person feeling? You know, if they're lashing out on social media or through, you know, a username, then obviously something is going on in their life that's causing them to be so upset. You know, maybe they had a bad day.
To take it out on somebody else.
Yeah, maybe they're having something going on in their life. And so if we responded in a hateful way back, that only makes them sadder. You know, that only makes them feel worse than how they're already feeling.
Yeah.
And so that's why we typically either just leave it be, or we'll respond with positive comments, and we really try and encourage our audience to do the same.
I was about to say, like, we've kind of harbored that environment on our social platforms so much to the point where the consistent viewers and subscribers and whatever you want to call them, followers, they see that as well. And so sometimes when we get negative comments, they will go in and say, like, hey, are you having a bad day? And we've seen it. Literally been completely hands off and seen.
It's crazy.
And there was this one time I'm thinking of where we had somebody say a negative comment, and one of our little fans went in and said something about, like, oh, if you're having a bad day, like, my DMs are always open if you want to talk about it. Like, let's just try to stay positive. So and the other girl actually came back and said, you know what, I would love to talk about it. And then they, like, became friends,
best friends
on social media, right?
And it was
like,
just
in our comments.
Oh my gosh, that's
incredible.
It was so amazing.
It was amazing, you know, just to really see what we've been thinking, you know, that the person who's commenting those hateful things might just be having a bad day. And it ended up, you know, actually coming to life and actually happening in that form, and just positively reinforcing back to them, you know, like, hey, it's okay, you don't have to lash out like this.
Yeah.
It completely transformed the entire vibe of that person, you know?
Yeah, that's so cool, and that shows the sort of positive community that you guys have built. Like, you're literally seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
And you know, the influence you've had on those people, I think that's so awesome.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, and then bringing it back to, like, the social media side of things, because you guys have been doing social media for a while, have you seen much of a change, like, over the past couple of years in social media and social influencing? Like, what is that change, and how do you see it, like, evolving? Like, what comes next?
Oh man,
that's a hard one.
I feel like over the years, social media has definitely gotten younger. Like, a lot of the younger generations are more involved than how it used to be. Not that I'm, like, old and know everything, but I mean.
But it's true, because I mean, when I was young, like when I was like 11, 12, 13, I didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
I didn't have
But
a
it's
phone
crazy
till
how
12.
quickly that changed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. I just feel like a lot of the younger generation is more involved in, like, social media. And my little 7-year-old sister the other day, played God's Plan and knew the words, and I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what that song was, and I was like,
Your 7-year-old sister is on top of a Drake
song. I was like,
song.
she's literally the top of the social media world right now, and she's 7, and I had no idea what that was.
Man.
And my life is social media. You know, it's just like it's just slowly evolving to be younger and younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where do you think it's gonna go, like, in the future, like in the next couple of years?
I definitely think that obviously it's going to keep,
Being more accessible
to more and more people. I think it'll become easier to get more involved in social media for sure. I mean, you can already see it from the first day YouTube started to now. There are millions of channels now where versus the first day it started, a YouTube channel, nobody even knew what that was. YouTube was cat videos and, fail videos. That's what YouTube was, 8 years ago. And now we're here with millions and millions of personalities and channels all around the world. And so I definitely think that getting connected with other people and seeing other people's personalities and lives come out will become even more accessible and you know what I'm saying? Even more common to see.
Yeah, I just hope it keeps evolving in a positive way.
Yes, exactly.
Because I feel like it could go two ways. It could keep going like this with the negativity, or everybody needs to jump on board and switch it uphill for a second.
Exactly.
And then also, how do you guys see yourselves changing in the future? I don't want to say where do you see yourselves in 5 years, because I really don't like answering that question.
Oh man,
because I'm a very day-to-day person, and I feel like you guys are too. So when it comes to that sort of thing, have you set goals? Are you day-to-day?
Definitely. I mean, one of our goals is just now happening. So we set, when we were 13, we set a goal that we would always go to college.
Okay.
And now we're in that time where it's occurring, we made our college decision, and this summer we're moving and we're going to college, so our goals are happening, and we definitely set goals for ourselves.
I think that we have a very basic goal of how we want our life to go. We want to get an education. We want to be able to keep doing the business we're doing. We want to be able to have a family. Very basic goals. But everything outside of that is kind of just day to day. Sometimes things just fall into your lap and opportunities just kind of happen, and you just have to go with it. And
if you put things out there, the right things will come back.
So I think that it's kind of a both of those things happen. Yeah. There's goals and there's day to day.
Yeah, I love that. And lastly, my last sort of question for you guys is, I'm sure there's a lot of young girls in the crowd that might want to start YouTube channels. We sort of touched on this a little bit, but what sort of mentality should they have going into something like this?
Definitely base your YouTube channel on who you truly are, because there are a lot of people who accidentally, put up a video and it goes viral, and in that video they were playing a character, they weren't being themselves. And then they had to continue doing that for years and
because
years.
That's what people want to see, I guess.
Yeah, being somebody else. So be true to, it's very stereotypical to say, but be true to who you truly are, because people are going to love you for how you are, and people are going to want to watch your videos based on who you are in your everyday life, not based on a character, and it'll be easier for you to maintain in the long run, and it's true to yourself. So just make sure that you're being you if you do start a channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice, because then it will never feel like a burden, or it won't feel like work.
Exactly.
It'll just feel like you want to do it every day.
Yes.
I love that. Well, we only have a couple minutes left, and I know that there's probably a couple people in the crowd that might want to ask you some questions. Does anybody? Yeah, already. Do we have microphones in the crowd for some questions for the girls? Awesome. There she is.
Okay, so how did you guys feel when you were younger about being twins compared to how you feel now?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I would definitely have to say, being twins when we were younger, if you were talking 9 to 13, we had this time period when we just really wanted to be individuals, and so we took separate classes, we made separate friends, we dressed differently. We still do, but it was really we wanted to be individual people, and now I feel like we always want to be together. We're always doing things together.
Yeah, we had our first time being apart for it was 4 days. That's the longest we've ever been apart. And she went to camp and I went to camp in separate states. And she FaceTimed me the first night. And I was like, I miss you, come back.
First time this has ever happened.
And the other day, she went somewhere, and I've never slept alone in my room before. I've never been alone. And I had not realized that until she left, and I was alone, and I couldn't do it. I had Mason Taylor come over to my house, which is my best friend, and she slept in Bailey's bed, so I didn't have to be alone. so it's just weird. It's
we
weird.
Really, we had a time period when we wanted to be separate, but now it's we want to do everything together, so.
That's amazing.
Any other questions?
I know that you guys are going off to college.
Yeah.
How do you think that you guys are gonna do YouTube while you guys have to take care of going to college and stuff like that?
Good question. We've kind of made like a plan. Obviously, we're going together, so we'll be able to film anything that we're experiencing in college together still. But if we want to do formal videos, we did actually manage to pick a college that we love that is relatively close to home. So if we did really, really want to like go home and make like professional videos, because our studio is, you know, in the Dallas area, we could just drive there every like maybe once a month and film a couple videos there too. So we do have like kind of a set plan for maintaining the YouTube channel. We definitely want to continue that no matter what in college, because we adore it. We love doing it.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Samara. I love you guys so much, by the way. So, I know you guys sell those like scrunchie.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the reason that you guys like sell them?
That's a good question.
My mom gave me a pack for Christmas last year, and I wore them like every day. And I felt like I didn't have to do my hair. I could just put a scrunchie in it, and it looked cute, and I felt really confident about it, my hair. And so we decided, like, if I love it so much, like, maybe other people will too. And so we decided to kind of create our own and sell them so that other girls can use them and feel confident wearing them.
Yeah, I really like the fact that, like, using a scrunchie, you can pull your hair up and like get out of your face for sports and stuff, but it's still not like the bland rubber bands that you just like sell at an everyday, you know, Walmart or Target. It's something that makes you feel like super girly and confident while you're also like going out and doing sports and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why we definitely love the scrunchies. So good question. That was a really good question.
Where are you guys going to college?
We are going to Baylor University, so it's in Texas.
Woo, we just announced it.
Hey.
Thank you. Thanks.
Sick 'em Bears.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. Oh, there we go.
What are some of your main female inspirations?
Good question. Zendaya,
Emma Watson is my one true love.
Emma Watson, and then of course our mom, you know, like everyday inspiration. But those three women, like
but
all of them,
they're super empowering. I know all of them are super like involved in education and women empowerment and just about using your voice for positivity and being like inspiring role models and realistic role models for young girls. And I really like that Zendaya and Emma Watson balance the actress life, singing life, you know, fashion life, red carpet life, and they're both Emma Watson graduated.
She
graduated from school. She's like
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly. They're super women. Like they do everything, and they still manage to be super humble women in their everyday lives too. So really, really incredible, inspirational people.
When did you first want to start doing YouTube channels?
I'd have to say, because we started on my mom's channel in 2009, we'd probably started we started our channel in 2013. So I'd have to say the idea of us creating our own channel probably began in 12 when we were about 12 years old, but we waited till we were 13 because that's technically the rules of YouTube. To have a channel, you have to be 13. So we waited a whole year and then we started it.
Hi, I love you guys.
I love you too.
Inspiration in my life. What was your favorite video filming on YouTube?
Oh goodness.
That would be hard to answer.
Oh goodness. I'd have to say our favorite.
We loved the wisdom tooth video.
That wasn't fun to film though.
But like it was fun because we didn't have to do anything for it. It was literally just our personalities.
Like it was just like, you know, we weren't even thinking about it obviously because we were like, woo, in another world. But it was definitely watching it back probably one of the most enjoyable videos we've ever watched.
I think the music video for Simple Things was a lot of fun to film too because we basically just got to go in this amazing area in California and play. And so we just like splashed and climbed trees and ran through the meadow and it was like so fun. Yeah.
So fun.
I think we have time for one more question, so let's go.
Hi, my name is Madison. I love you guys so much. And I was wondering, how were you feeling when Paisley and Paxton came? Like when
good question.
My gosh.
So, if any of you guys didn't know, we have two adopted siblings, Daxton and Paisley. And honestly, we were just excited to have, you know, when Daxton came, we were excited to have a brother. It was an adventure. We have a house full of girls, so he was the first boy to be around. And then when Paisley came, she's just honestly such a sweetheart.
She's my child. That little girl is like my baby. But like both of them, I'm like such a motherly person, and I love kids. I love them so much. And so when they both came, I was older, and so I kind of feel like I am part mother, part sister for both of them. So I was just like so excited to have siblings and have new little babies in the house, and you know, I love them both so much.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Awesome. Well, that wraps up our interview. Thank you, Brooklyn and Bailey.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
Wait, girls, don't go. Is Mindy, where's your mom? Is your mom
She's right there.
Where's Mindy? Oh, Mindy, I was listening to you talk. You have an incredible mother.
I know.
I need to get contracts in place. I think it's a little too late, but unbelievable. So, girls, thank you so much.
Thank you.